Today's lesson is approaches to evaluation or approaches of evaluation. Now, evaluations are the judgments or the decisions we make based on measurements. Now, a measurement is the assignment of values to different characteristics of a person or an object. Now, in the educational measurements, we assign values to students' knowledge most of the time, or we can give marks for students' performances as well. Right? So then we give a test and we get marks. Those marks are the measurements. Based on those marks, we make judgments or decisions. These judgments and decisions are evaluations, right? So now how can we make judgments by using measurements? The basic term here we are using is comparison. We compare the marks and we make judgments. For example, we can give a test. We say Amali got 80 marks and Bimali got 40 marks. So we have two sets of marks. Amali is 80 and Bimali is 40. By comparing these two are the measurements, and by comparing these two measurements, we can make judgments. Now we can say Amali is better than Bimali in that test, right? How did we make that comparison? Now Amali got 80, Bimali got 40. So we can say by comparing these two, Amali is better than Bimali. Or we can make another evaluation, judgment like this. Probably Amali will get an A pass at the exam. Now, how did we compare? What did we compare? Amali's mark 80 with an A pass. What's the mark for an A pass? Usually it's 75. So we compared these two, right? Amal is 80 and A pass 75. Then we said probably Amal will get an A pass. So likewise, when we make evaluations, we compare, right? Compare the measurements. So that is what is meant by approaches to evaluations or comparisons to evaluations, right? To make the evaluations. Now there are three types of comparisons or approaches. The first one is the norm referenced approach. The second one, criterion referenced approach. And the third one is the ipsative referenced approach. Now we'll go to the first one, norm referenced approach. Here, as you can see in the picture, there's one child in the middle and the others are around him. The idea is this, right? A comparison of a student's achievement, right? One student's achievement with the achievement of other students in his group, right? So we'll say Amali got 80 once again, right? Amali got 80 marks and the average of that test in that class is, we'll say, 60. Now if there are 40 students, we get the total and divide that by number of students, that is 40, and we get the average as 60. Now Amali got 80. So we can compare these two and make a judgment, an evaluation. We can say Amali has scored above the average mark, right? So likewise, the norm referenced approach means a comparison. The key point here is the comparison, right? We compare two measurements. two or more. A comparison of a student's achievement. Here achievement, basically achievement means it's related to the knowledge, right? Performance is related to the skills. Right, here a comparison of a student's achievement with the achievement of other students in his group. There are two things you have to mark down. Here the comparison is done within his group, right? Uniformity should be there. Now it's not always with one child, right? You can take now grade 7 classes, 7A, 7B, 7C, 7D, likewise. We can give a common test to them, one common test, and we can get the averages, okay? Then we can compare a particular class performance with other classes, not only one child's performance, right? Now if we take the colleges of education, we can take the 3 colleges, but there should be the uniformity. Now if we select the colleges of education, we can select only English colleges, right? So Mahavali, Pashtun Rata and Jaffna. So we give a test, we'll say measurement, then we can get the averages. There are 4 classes, and once again you can calculate. First we class wise calculate the average, and then as a college, right? Divide that by 4 up to CE4 now. Likewise that average, Pashtun Rata and Jaffna average. Then we can compare the averages. In his group here, now in the definition we say achievement with the achievement of other students in his group. Here the group is colleges of education, right? We are selecting one college, just like a student's achievement. The college achievement of the college, right? So we are taking one unit, achievement of one unit, and we compare that with the achievement of other units. That is called norm referenced approach. Okay, so norm referenced approach is a comparison of a student's achievement with the achievement of other students in his group, right? And what are the 2 key points that you have to remember? The test should be equal, one particular test, and the group should be equal, right? Same uniformity should be there. Otherwise we can't compare, the comparisons won't be valid. Now what are the situations that we see this one? Year-end test, right? We compare and select the first, second, third, the best ones, likewise. Year-end test, we can see in year-end test we can see the norm referenced approach, and all the national exams, right? We can take under this, say grade 5 scholarships exam, then O-level exam, A-level exam, your final exam, right? So there's a comparison. Selection is there, ranking is there. These are the key points. Selection is there, ranking, and at the end, it's more like summative evaluation, right? We do norm referenced approach, or we practice norm referenced approach, especially in summative type evaluations, right? Summative means at the end of a course, not within, right? Now we can say grading or ranking or selecting the best is there. Achievement tests are used, right? Achievement tests I told you earlier, we check whether the students, how much and how well the students have understood. That is, we are referring to the knowledge under achievement test. So grade 5 scholarship exam, O levels, all these are, they deal with knowledge, right? Then grading or ranking is there. Selection under a fixed quota. Now say 2% will be selected for the universities. That's yeah, it is under norm reference approach, all A level exam results, right? A selection, best will be selected. Then limited number of candidates. If we want to select the highest one, we can use norm referenced approach, right? Because we are ranking, we are comparing first, second, third line. Then there are many advantages, like ability of selecting the best ones, competitive learning, right? Now to pass the exams, the students work hard. Competitive learning is there. Then identify the individual differences. So we can identify who are the clever ones, weaker ones, where we can rank them at the average level, above the average, below the average. Then the clever ones will be rewarded. First, second, third prize winners, right? The clever ones will be rewarded, and the motivation is there. These are the advantages, right? The students get motivated to achieve the highest levels. The teacher can facilitate the students to go forward, improve them further. So they look for other sources to score well, right? Students can get an idea about his rank in the group, right? The self-assessment. Students will know the level of achievement, of his own achievement within the group, always within the group, right? Then in large scale assessments, in large scale evaluation, we can use norm reference. As I told you, O level exam, A level exam, large scale was, not the class tests. Then, yeah, special talents are identified. That's what I said. The clever ones will be rewarded. Likewise, then there are all the good qualities, advantages of no advantages of summative evaluation, right? They have a connection with norm reference approach, right? Advantages of norm referenced approach. And then if we go through the limitations or the disadvantages, unhealthy competition. Now I earlier said competitive learning is good, right? But it can be unhealthy also. Unhealthy competition. Too much of anything is good for nothing. Unhealthy competition is there. Then stressful learning might arise. Only the best ones are rewarded or selected. Then weaker children are mentally affected, demotivated, kind of a thing. Then individual assessment is not possible. Can't say not possible. Not possible. We can say individual assessment is difficult here. Individually, yeah, we can't pay much attention to the students individually. Students tend to neglect co-curricular activities. That's true, no? When you get near to the exam, you just don't go for other activities, right? You neglect them. All the aspects are not assessed. Yeah, here there are 5 aspects or the domains: knowledge, skills, attitudes, then personality traits and social skills. In this norm referenced approach, knowledge is highlighted. A prominent place is given to knowledge, right? So all the other aspects are cannot say not assessed, but weekly assessed. Students become selfish. That is also there. They can be very especially grade 5 students, right? Students become selfish. Innovative thinking is neglected. Creativity is always exam oriented, right? Creativity is neglected. Students are categorized. That is also another weaker student, clever ones likewise. Uh, yeah, weak ones may be neglected. Unnecessary tension, stressful learning is promoted. And those are some of the disadvantages. I have just highlighted them. Right. So norm reference approach means, norm reference comparison means we are taking one unit, the achievement of one unit, and we compare it with the achievement of other units within the group. Okay, so as the definition says, norm referenced approach is a comparison of a student's achievement with the achievement of other students in his group. Right, so you go through the key features there. Comparison within the group, one test, right? A similar test, uniformity in the test and the group, and then the situations, examples. You should be able to give examples. Year-end test, then all the national exams. Give exams like grade 5 scholarship, O-level, A-level, selection test. Then you can give advantages and discuss the disadvantages or limitations. That is norm reference, right? It is similar to the summative evaluation. So go through the qualities of those and connect them with the qualities of this one. Next one is the criterion referenced approach.